Aloha, Don. Welcome to the show. What's on your mind?
Yes, I don't know if you'll be able to do this or not, but you are one of the most insightful people I have ever listened to. I don't know how you do it, but
Coffee.
If you have any kind of anything you'd care to share, like a bibliography or anything, I mean, where do you come from with this insight to the nuggets of truth?
I come from Boston.
Serious?
No, serious. I'll tell you where I come from. I'm a heretic. Long ago, I made the decision in my life to abandon belief as a shaper of what I think and what I decide and what I know. And once you realize that belief is a method of enslavement, and once you abandon belief, whether it's belief in Santa Claus to get you to be a good kid, or belief in benevolent government to get you to go off to wars without any particular reason, or belief in a divine being who was going to take you all up to heaven last Sunday, once you stop using belief, once you stop allowing belief to control your thoughts, then the people who use beliefs to control you lose all power over you. And you just look around and see what makes sense. And the rules are really very simple. Get all the facts, make your own choice. Don't rely on a figure of authority. The primary reason to distrust somebody in authority is that they are in authority. And when you're looking at all these lies and propaganda, look for what should be there and isn't. And 90% of the time, that will tell you who is lying and who is telling you the truth. That's why we were able to spot these phony bin Laden Photoshop pictures first of the month.
I think one thing that probably would make it all elusive to most of us is we just aren't smart enough to perceive it the way you do.
I disagree. I think what people are lacking in is self-confidence and faith in themselves. You have to understand the biggest decision you've got to make is to decide you're going to be your own best analyst, you're going to be your own best detective, and you are just as smart as the people in the mainstream media. I think that was proven when Cheech Marin absolutely embarrassed Anderson Cooper on Jeopardy, which may support the idea that smoking marijuana does stimulate brain cell growth, but that's another issue entirely. The people who are on the corporate media aren't smart, they just look good, and they speak convincingly whatever's on the teleprompter in front of them. And, I have a lot of confidence in the American people. I think, ultimately, if you start thinking for yourself and deciding for yourself, you're all collectively pretty much going to make the right decisions. There'll be some people who go off on a wrong path, but they'll average each other out. But
I think that, depending upon your age, you would be a person that the masses would follow.
I want the masses to follow themselves. I almost feel like I'm back in Life of Brian. You don't need a messiah. You really follow yourselves. Decide for yourself what is moral. Decide for yourself what is right and wrong. Decide for yourself whether the wars are necessary. Don't follow me. I trip and fall.
Well, the bottom line is, that was just the point I was going to make, is that most people probably don't enjoy the degree of success that would give them the confidence to think that they're right more than they're wrong.
The only reason they don't have that confidence is because, parents in school and teacher are always giving you the message, you're not as smart as the people in government. You're not as smart as the people in media. You're not as smart as these authority figures that we decorate with all of this gratuitous awards to puff them up and make them look important, like when Obama gets his Nobel Peace Prize and Al Gore gets his Peace Prize. And we begin to understand those awards are not based on merit. They're merely decorations to convince you that you should let these people tell you what to think rather than deciding for yourself. Well,
you probably know that you don't believe that they're that smart, but the point is, you probably, if you're at all honest with yourself, you realize you're probably not that smart yourself either.
I would agree with you on that last one. The more I learn, the less I seem to know. And I think that's probably true for most people. We're all raised to be very insecure. But I know one thing that I accept as an absolute fact. You're all smart enough to figure out what to do with your own life. You're all smart enough to figure out what to do with your own life, and don't let anybody else come in and tell you what to do it. Because what they tell you to do with your life is not for your benefit, it's for their own. Money in the collection plate, soldiers for the army, taxes for the global warming, whatever. It's all snake oil.
Hey, thank you for your time. You're a delight to listen to.
Well, thank you very much, sir, and thank you for that phone call.